everybody. Happy Saturday. I'll wait till somebody come on. I thought I just was sitting here and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go live. When somebody come on, I know it's Saturday and also might not be that many people out and on because it was just a spur of the moment type thing. Worthy is he. Hey, I'm not sure who's joining, but hey, how you doing? Happy Saturday. Hey, hon, how are you today? How's Josh? Hey there, Rachel. How you doing today? How's it going? What y'all been up to this Saturday? It was just a spur of the moment. I thought I'd come on live. I'm doing pretty good. I've been kind of just hanging back today. I haven't been out. I haven't been out at all, but the weather's been pretty nice here. It's in the 60s. But I just opened. It's kind of gloomy though. So I just kind of opened up the blinds, but I kind of just been in, sitting back. That's good. Um, I've been kind of just sitting back, just kind of relaxing today, not doing much. I was thinking about riding a Tupelo, but that's just all it was a thought in my head, because that's about as far as I got was thinking it. I didn't get up trying to get in nobody's car going nowhere. So, in fact, I was just telling my girlfriend, I said, you know, when you stay at home, you save money that way. I'm not spending a dime. Well, it's not. I take that back because I was, but I didn't spend anything. I didn't hit the go button. I stayed here. I know that's the truth. Like I said, I didn't hit the press button. I put an order in the basket. Let me tell you why I put an order in the basket. Because you know I was trying to order. I give stuff out to some of my coworkers on Christmas, and you know just make gift bags for my daughters, nieces, and nephews. And so I ordered. Hey Jane, how you doing? Hi Miss Cox. Happy Saturday. I had ordered some stuff for the gift bags from Walmart yesterday. And so I said, let me have it delivered. So I worked from home yesterday because I had to go to the doctor. And when I got back, they kept saying your order's been delivered, and I said no, orders hadn't been delivered. So I looked, and of course it was a picture. I didn't recognize the chairs. There was some chairs on the porch I didn't recognize. So I called Walmart and kind of got a little irate with the customer service. Well, I guess my version of irate, because I got kind of loud with her. She kept saying we have to wait 48 hours to do anything about it. I said, lady, this was a grocery order. This is food. You know, you would seem like you could manage something to do something about this now. This is not like something I ordered online. This was a delivery order for grocery items. So either you're going to give me a refund now or do something. Because this is ridiculous. I shouldn't have to wait 48 hours for you to process something dealing with groceries. It would be one thing if I was talking about something online. But anyway, so I digress with that. But my doctor's visit went well. She was pleased with the weight I've lost so far. So, you know, sometimes I'll be beating myself up a little bit too much about it. But I know that realistically I'm doing pretty good. Anyway, thank you. Hey, Andre, how you doing? How have you been? What's been going on with you? But anyway, so that's that for that. But I was, you know, the other day, y'all, I had put up a vlog where I had went and found the South. I told a young lady I'm gonna ride back by that store, so I gotta get out tomorrow. So I'm gonna ride back by that store and see if I can't get the name of that store and the address because, you know, I told you I put it in Google. But Google didn't land me to the store that I was at. Google landed me to a parking lot. I was going to another store that Google was leading me to. So I just said I was going to ride, just ride. So I rode. And after I didn't, you know, I just kept riding after it ended me in the parking lot. And I, what am I trying to say? So I asked the guy that was sitting out in front of the store, I said, do they sell, you know, a cut meat or do you know somewhere around here? Hey, James, how you doing? Somewhere around here that sells the cut meat. So that's how I ended up that store. And that's why I don't know the address. I didn't even pay attention to the name of the store. I know where it is, though, so I'll go back by there and see. And my friend who saw the video that day, she lives in Olive Branch, and Felicia, hey, Felicia. And she, girl, I'm telling you, I just said, let me go, because that's how I found my little Debbie oatmeal cakes on Google, looking on Google, child. But anyway, so I said, let me go to, she called me and she said, you had me laughing. And so she was telling me where to go get some good South Set. And it's right over the state line in Memphis. She told me it was a good store there. So, which is not too far from my house. As a matter of fact, that store is actually closer to me than the one that I went to. So I went over there after I came from the doctor's yesterday and got this meat. And that's a dying breed, but some of the people I know, y'all made comments saying, hi, who is that? Y'all can't see sometimes with these glasses. But anyway, that store is closer to me, so she was just telling me, and they had the brand that I was talking about, which was Uncle Charlie's, right? And so I ended up getting a little bit yesterday, and my daughter ended up eating that. But she was just talking, and we were just talking about other stuff too. And she mentioned I don't know if y'all know this. I don't know if anybody's on here from Memphis area. But she mentioned going to the quartets, going to sing some quartets. And it kind of clicked in my head, even though we were talking, it clicked in my head after we got off the phone. And so I sent her a text message. I said, did you say something about going to the quartets? Because it clicked in my head, and I remember it came back to, do y'all know what I'm talking about when I talk about quartet singers? It's like gospel singing. But it's like, if you know who Lee Williams and the Spiritual QCs are, Pastor Sean, hey, Delandra, right? I'm sorry. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. How you doing? Pastor Sean Johns and stuff like that. But he passed away when he was young. He was a young guy that did it. That's somebody, like Lee Williams and the QCs. But so I thought about my aunt when I was growing up, and we would come to Memphis to visit. And even when I was a young, like when I moved to Memphis after, I moved from North Dakota, my aunt loved to go hear the quartet singers. And so she would take me and drag me with her to these different churches to hear the quartet singers. And I was just telling her that would be something I would love to take my aunt to. She doesn't get around as good. Well, neither do I, for that matter. But I would love to take her to something like that. So I was talking to her about it. So I've been listening to a lot of the quartet singers today. And the funny thing about it is, worthy, you know how they be harmonizing in the back if you listen to quartet singers. And so she told me a few that we could probably go to. And I just said that it brought back just memories. Do you ever think about stuff like that from your childhood? Hi, Prophetess Chase. Think about stuff like that from your childhood. And I thought about it when thank you so much. Girl, I done slapped them decorations on there. Stuff from your childhood. What are some of your fondest memories from your childhood? Because that brought back a memory to me. And I remember, my mother had custody of us. I was like 6 years old. We came to Memphis for Christmas. And my grandmother used to sing gospel songs. She would always cook breakfast. She cooked at least a couple of times a day. We rarely ate out because she was a cooker. So we would cook a hot breakfast. Every now and then we would have cereal, but it wasn't too often. She would cook hot breakfast. She would cook dinner. We might have a sandwich like that or something for lunch. But I just remember I was around 6 years old. And back in the day, I don't know if y'all know who these are. This was a quartet singer. But they used to have a show on. I don't know if it was their show or not. But called the Jubilee Hummingbirds. Is anybody from Memphis and know if that was their show? But they used to have this show on, and it would come on, and she would always watch the Jubilee Hummingbirds before we went to church, because of course we were going to church. And so I just remember that from a childhood memory. And so I've been listening to some of like the Lee Williams and the Spiritual QCs today, Pastor Sean Johnson, and listening to some of the different quartet singers, because that was just a fun memory for me, Oh, yeah, you do have to know how to sing to be in a quartet, because if you off, you about to mess the whole thing up. You got to be back there harmonizing. You got to be back there harmonizing. But it just made me think about that was some of the fun memory from my childhood. My grandmother was something else for herself. She was one of the mean ones. And we got a plenty of whoopings, and I know people call it child abuse now, baby. She would whoop you butt naked with a switch. Baby, that was your whooping if you did something, honey. You best believe that. But that wasn't no fun memory, by the way. That was not a fun memory. That whooping. But anyway, that was I tell you, I was just thinking about that, and and it's funny how just a little brief something she mentioned in the conversation kind of spurred those memories and brought that back those memories. So I kind of been listening to the quartet, thinking about my grandmother and my aunt today, and it just was kind of a nice little nostalgic time for me. Um, your grandfather used to have a group SJ. So, and you know what? I didn't even think people still did the quartets like they used to. But Pastor Sean Johnson, he died when he was like in his 30s, and he was in that was back in 2017. But I didn't really think people did the quartet singing like that anymore. But yeah. But I'm gonna go see something. I think that would be nice to go see. But y'all, now it's the holiday season. It doesn't have to be a holiday memory because, of course, that wasn't a holiday memory. Like I said, that was just a small thing she said in the conversation that kind of sparked me to thinking about my aunt and my grandmother. But what are some of your favorite memories, especially during Christmas, that you know as a child, or even it doesn't even have to be a childhood memory that you have that just kind of just brings a smile to your face and you just think about it and it just kind of puts you in a tailspin of. And I go through that a lot because sometimes I just have me a whole R&B concert at night, girl. So I hear something on the radio or hear something like during the day when I'm riding around and I'll be like, I'm gonna go home and I'll be going from one thing to another. I'll go to Luther, I'll go to Silk and things like that. Back when singers could really sing. And they were having the I hate they got into it. I didn't watch it, but especially about 3 6 Mafia. Hey Tracy, how you doing? Um, being from Memphis, but the last verses was Bones, Thugs, and Harmony and 3 6 Mafia. Of course, they got into it, but they went on to perform, and it was pretty good from my understanding. But it's nice to kind of have those older singers and the new, age verses where singers could really sing and do. And I don't know, but concerts are so expensive now. There are some people that I really want to see live. Girl, I think Christmas. I tell you, I guess God knows what to do sometimes. I can tell you because I lost my son during the holiday season when I was 19. And for a long time, I just really would be kind of gloomy, kind of. I wasn't sad. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even explain to you what the holiday season about. But God, He passed in November, and well, he was born in November. I take that back, but he passed in February. And so I end up having my daughter in February, oddly enough. And so every year I'd be kind of like, around his birthday time would come, and I would be like, here we go with the holidays again. But God will know what to do, for you. Because I had to kind of get myself into the Christmas spirit. That's why I really don't let people steal my joy for my daughter, and I would have to do things for her. And it kind of started making you be grateful for a lot of things in your life. And, even when you go through stuff, it's funny how God will do and put things in your life where you have to kind of confront it and deal with things and then kind of move past the grief and move past the hurt and the anger and stuff. So Christmas has become just not even so much about, this is my first year in a long time putting up a tree. But it just makes you, because people are just a lot more kinder. And hey Rochelle, how you doing? A lot nicer seemingly through the holiday. You wish you could just slap them with a Christmas spirit all year long, especially some of the grouchy Scroogey folks. But because people tend to have short fuses over anything, and I try to get out of people's way with the quickness, because, honey, they will spring and act a fool about a bunch of nothing over nothing. And you'd be like, was that even necessary? I was at a store and this guy just, the lady was sitting in the car minding her own business, and this guy just started cursing at her. I'm thinking, sir, what's going on? And she and I looked at each other. I'm like, honey, don't even make no eye contact with him because I don't know what's going on with this fella. We just gonna have to pray. Yeah, God is so awesome. I'm telling you, He will work things out in your favor. Sometimes you don't even know, and sometimes it's just like like I said, he'll put things in your place for you to have to confront some things that you're not really ready to confront, but he'll make it where it will be a testimony for you. You know, it'll be your test, but it'll be a testimony. It'll bring you out in a joy situation. But yeah, y'all tell me some of y'all greatest memories y'all have. What are y'all looking mostly forward to this holiday season? You know, I know we have been dealing with the pandemic and all, and you know, but what are you looking most forward to this holiday season? You know, are you looking forward to, maybe you hadn't been around your family in a while, you may be looking forward to getting back with your family, spending some time with your family and friends that you haven't done, or you're just glad to be here. You know, you think about some things, and as I was doing my devotional today. Hey, Gabrielle, how you doing? I was doing my devotional today, right? And I was just kind of muzzling over the fact that, you know, I was saying, you know, God, I thank you for waking me up this morning. You know, but being able to kind of wake up and with something and to plant my feet on the ground. I put that in, I wrote that down in my devotion, just plant my feet on the ground. You know, waking up in your right mind. And a lot of times you do have aching pains, but you just, every day is just such a blessing. It's just a blessing to have a day in life. And people take that so for granted, you know. You going home to your daughter's house? That's gonna be fun. I know, just to be around family sometimes. That, and like I mentioned earlier this week on the blog that I did something and sent my aunt something. And hi, Miss Lachey, and she was, and I wrote on there and I said, thank you for being the family. The message I wrote on what I sent her was, thank you for being a family and not just a relative. You know, Ricky Smiley, this wasn't nothing I said. Ricky Smiley said it, you know, that, you know, how you can have family, but they're just not necessarily, I mean, you can have relatives, but they're not necessarily your family. You know, and so it's just a blessing to kind of reflect on that. And I told her that, you know, so you have to appreciate it. My brother and I was talking about people that show up for your life, for milestones in your life, to be happy for you, to celebrate you, to just be there, even if, you know, to say thank you, you know, for being a part of my life. I appreciate you. You know, so y'all, if y'all have somebody in your life, you know, make sure, hey, Will, how you doing today? Make sure, y'all, I tell you, make sure you tell people sometimes that you appreciate them. It doesn't take much, you know, because I know sometimes people that's closest to you, you can tend to take for granted. And I had to stop and reflect that. Hey, y'all, I mailed my Christmas cards. I didn't mail a lot, but I did mail some Christmas cards today. And this noise here. I mailed some Christmas cards today, so if y'all hadn't got a chance, this is your first Christmas without your parents, I'm sorry to hear that. But one thing I know for sure, they want you to have a good Christmas and enjoy your Christmas. I don't know if you have any children, but, you know, I'm sure that they've instilled some great things in you to pass on, you know, to other generations, your children, your grandchildren, if you have some. So, you know, reflect on that. Reflect on the memory of them, you know, and the joy when they were here, and try to have a good holiday, you know. I tell you, sometimes I think about my dad, and my family sadly has, since my dad has passed, we have not all been together since he passed. And I thought that there was going to be an opportunity this Thanksgiving, but it ended up not happening, but I enjoyed who was here. You know, that's just how life works sometimes, you know, and you may have to recognize that sometimes you're just not going to be close like that anymore. So it is what it is, but, you know, try to enjoy what you can out of it and have a joy, because one thing I know for sure, we don't know when our last hour is going to be. So it's important to embrace and live the life you have. Does that mean you're not going to have bad times? I'm telling you, you might. You might have bad times. You can't have good times all the time. I was telling this guy in the store that I said, you wouldn't know. You're that song. You can't appreciate the good times if you if you always having good times. You don't know when you're having a bad time. But it teaches you to be thankful and grateful in the season of your life, whatever it is. Even thank God when you feel like you're going through, because I can assure you, whatever you're going through, somebody going through twice as worse. You know, we had a situation where I'm not going to tell her business on here. You know, I'm not going to call her name, but her son was going through some things, and but God brought him through it. You know, and I'm telling you, as a mother, that's one of the worst feelings if you feel like you can't help your own child, that you can't, and your child is sick. And I thank God that I don't know, you know, even though I lost a child, you know, God took him home. You know, I don't know. I'm thankful that I don't have a sick child. We take a lot for granted, you know, but you facing dealing with your child, and you have to be strong when your child is sick, and you seeing them go through and seeing them suffer. When you want to fall apart, you can't fall apart, because you got to stay up and stay prayed up, because you got to be there, be strong, and be the strength for your child that's maybe going through it. And I just want to tell you, I'm not going to say your name, but I just want to admire you for that. You know, you're just such a blessing and such a testimony how you just was strong for your son through his sick time. And you were there, and you still there for him, you know, and that's just a blessing that you had the strength. It was a testimony to me, I tell you, because I don't know that I could have done that, you know. But I know that God gives you the strength in the time that you need it. But I just want to tell you, you know, you were an encourager to me. You know, just seeing you how strong you were, and just being there for your son when he was going through all he was going through. But anyway, that's enough. That's enough. Thing. Y'all, because y'all know I'm a crybaby. I'll be to start crying on here like a nut. Oh, Lord. Oh, child. I tell you the truth. But anyway, so I'm trying to get myself together. I said I wasn't really going to buy a whole lot for Christmas. And this, like last year, I try to do something for my coworkers. It don't be nothing big, you know, but I it don't be anything real big, but I try to do a little stuff for them. You know, by us not being in the office last year, we didn't do anything for each other. So I said I was gonna try to find them a little token or something to get them and put on their desk. Because most of the time, it's funny how either we end up there one at a time. We supposed to be on a schedule, but I don't know if any of us are working the schedule quite right. So we end up there one at a time, but we end up there all on one day. Like we're not really supposed to be up there all on one day. But luckily, the way our office is spaced, we got enough room in between our cubicles. You know, they got it because they still want you to keep kind of social distancing. But our office was set up where we could close our doors. Only four of us in there, and we got enough room in our cubes and stuff and space, so it doesn't even bother us when we're up there. And our manager's over in the next suite, so he be in his office, but he'll come over there and talk to us some. So, but yeah, so I said I would just get it in time to leave it on their desk, and so when they kind of mosey up there, they could have something. I said, but you know, that's just something small, just to let them know I'm thinking about them, even though we're not in the office together. But, and you know, because I don't do potlucks. Do y'all do potlucks? Nah, I didn't do potlucks beforehand, and I'm sure not going to do them now. I just am, you know, people used to say something. So when I did, even though if they want needed somebody to participate, I would bring something store bought, even though I can cook. I said, you know, I'm not gonna eat nothing from y'all house, so I don't want y'all to be feeling no type of way. So I bring something store bought, and I don't know. You right. I don't know how people be cooking stuff from the store. You right. I sure don't at a restaurant. But yeah, I'm not. I've seen some of my coworkers, y'all. And pet owners don't think anything of it, y'all. But they have my girl. One of my pets, she would always do chili for this chili cook-off when I was at my old job. But child, she would be posting pictures on Facebook with her cats on the kitchen counters and everything else, and I'd be like, oh Lord. But I'm not saying she didn't clean up her kitchen, you know, before she cooked the chili. But I wasn't taking no chances. So I said, no, y'all, I just don't, you know, I ain't make no exceptions. I don't make no exceptions. And people I know that, you know, is really clean. This one lady in particular, you know, she's a sweetheart. And she said, but I cook that. I'll be like, God, I'm not going to come and just eat your one thing, you know, because that wouldn't be right. So, But anyway, so yeah, they always want to have potluck up there. And I'm like, I don't do potlucks. I don't do potlucks. But anyway. But yeah, like I said, so I try to do something, for 'em in the office that at least try to do a little something, a little trinket or something. But y'all remember I told y'all, I guess this been weeks ago, if you can, try to mail somebody a Christmas card. I mailed a few out this year, but I tried to mail from people that wouldn't be expecting from me a card, uh, somebody, just to think about them, let them know they're being thought about this year. So if it's somebody, like I said, appreciate the people that's in your life. If it don't take nothing but a card and a stamp or a little letter or something you can write, or you just walk out with a plate, girl, I don't even be pretending. I don't even pretend. I ain't gonna put nothing on the plate. But I guess I could walk out with a plate, but it's gonna go to file 13 if I did. But anyway, but yeah, if y'all can try to send somebody a card or a handwritten note just to let them know. Um, oh, thank you so much. I don't know, she's over there. She hadn't been feeling good, and she went over to her sister's house. That's when I talk about her sister, and she has a sister by her father. He had 3 children, and their brother got murdered a couple of years back. And so it's just the two of them now, because of course my son passed before Emma was born. And so she going over there. Her brother-in-law's birthday is today, and her sister had asked her to cook some spaghetti. And I looked up, I'm like, what is she over there doing? Child, this child and took all my seasonings. Well, she didn't take them all, but she took a. I'm gonna take this seasoned salt. I'm gonna take this basil. I'm gonna take this oregano. I need some tomato sauce. Then she looks in the freezer. I'm seeing her getting some bell peppers. I'm gonna take an onion. I'm gonna take these rush crushed red peppers. I wonder if she got some black pepper. And then I see her with the pepper. I'm like, wait a minute. You have a good evening too, Prophet Shay. So she's like, I said, you taking all the stuff. I said, I thought you said your sister had the green. Mama, she probably just got the meat, the noodles, and the thing, but I need the seasonings just right now. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, you make sure you bring my seasonings back here. That girl funny. I said, okay, you going to cook with my seasoning. She said, yeah, I got to have these seasonings right, to make this spaghetti. I said, oh, I see. Anyway, who is that? Candy? Hey, how you doing? So that's what's been going on over here in our house today. But she gone, so I'm kind of just chillaxing and stuff. I talked to my brother on the phone. Of course, I talk to him just about every Saturday. I don't know if any of y'all. Hello, Stacy. How you doing? This stock market been a whole hot mess. Girl, don't even get me started with her. I be fussing at her all the time. And she got more. She got to get a fresh glass every time I saw her a cup. She took the cup in the bathroom with her. She's real funny. I had to get to the restroom, Mama. So she comes out of the restroom, and she said, I got to get me a new cup now because I went in the bathroom. But the cup goes in the sink. I'm like, well, who you think? Of course, I got up and washed the dishes. I told her, I said, Amber, because after Thanksgiving, y'all, my knee, I'm telling you, it's just got to the point. It's still hurting. But I was up and back and forth in the house because I grilled. And I started at 10 and I finished like a little bit before 3 o'clock, grilling different stuff. And I just was in and out. And so I told her, and I never leave dishes in my sink. And I said, Amber, even when I don't feel good, it seems like you would say, my mama don't leave no dishes in the sink. Let me go on and wash these few little dishes. But child, that like, I said, honey, when you move, people be saying all the time, because my cousin said, you don't need to stay by yourself. I said, clean it up behind grow. And I love my daughter, y'all. Lord knows I love my daughter. And I want to help her because and like I told my daughter, my biggest, I want you to do better than I do. I want you to have things that you need in life. And if you say you want to go ahead and buy you a house and stop paying all that rent, I want you to stay here and save the money like you're supposed to. But I want her to have her own place. And I know it may be a time I'm praying. I've asked God to bless me to be healthy, but I don't know what my life is going to bring. It may be a time when I have to come and live with my daughter, but I do want her to be And I think you should help your kids if you can. I do want her to be financially, stable when she do go into a situation with a home, because it took a lot of money to get in this situation, and I was telling my brother my savings kind of dwindled down and look, but I know that I use the money for good reasons, so I can kind of just start working back to try to save again and try to build my savings up, because you do just want to kind of, but I know one thing I know for sure, that when I was in doubt and when things what I thought was at the bleakest moment, God always made a way. So that I don't really kind of worry about that much. But I tell you, living with grown children is something else, because your expectations is for them to be some way, and their expectations is totally different. And I don't know how you can revert back to mama doing everything when you had your own place. And I mean, it wasn't like she had her own place for a period, a little amount of time. She stayed with me the first year. I gave her either, I told her she stayed in Atlanta, I would pay 3 months rent. But but if she stayed with me when she graduated and decided to stay in Memphis, she could stay with me a year. So after a year, she got her own place. So she's been in her own place since 2017. So she just moved back home, and I'm like, how do you revert back to taking care of a home, paying rent, paying whatever, doing all this to just, it's like, you know what it is to do that, so why don't you just go back to kind of, I'm like, okay, I've been on a moment. It's like they go back to revert back to little kids or something. I don't know what it is. It's like I'm at home with mama, but you're an adult now. You're not. It's not the same. Come on now. I don't know. Do y'all have adult children? Are y'all dealing with that with y'all adult children? I'm telling you, it's something else when they become an adult. But I love her to death, and I want to see her do good and do prosperous. And I always tell everybody, if you can help your children, help them, but don't handicap them. And that's the difference, because I stay on her constantly, because I don't know if she just got a little freedom. I told her, you're going to stop all this shopping. She said, well, Mom, I'm going to stop it after Christmas. I'm going to stop it. Hey, Ivana, how you doing? I think that's 23 Cole. I didn't catch everybody. But anyway, how y'all doing if I didn't catch your name? But child, these grown kids is something kind of funny. But anyway, y'all know I've been on the holiday movies all day. I've been watching my little holiday movies now. I have, and they've been on in the background between me watching the quartet singles and the holiday movies. That's been my whole goal for the day. Oh, I never did finish telling y'all about the Walmart, right? So they said my order was delivered, right? And they said in 48 hours, and I'm like, to get my money back. Well, anyway, they went on and gave me my money back, by the way. Because, I wasn't having it. And I'm like, it's not like uh, you can't do that. It's just, you can't do that when you're dealing with grocery items. I'm like, no. And then the girl lady going to say, well, do you know whose house that is? Lady, I paid the fee for delivery for a reason. Because guess what? I don't care whose house it is. I wanted to deliver my house. I would have went to Walmart and picked it up myself. I don't want to have to drive around the neighborhood looking for groceries. You're supposed to deliver to my house. That's what I was going to finish telling y'all. I'm like, what in the world? Walmart done lost their mind. But anyway, so that was that for that, y'all, with me. But anyway, have y'all had a peephole? I need a peephole on my front door until I can get some doors. I need to really go and look at the Home Depot for the doors and have someone install doors. But I don't like opening my door, even though I have the Ring doorbell, because I can see who out there, with the doorbell. Well, it's not a Ring, but it's the doorbell. The doorbell so you can see. But have y'all ever had, I need a peephole kind of cut in my door. I wonder how that works. Did y'all door come with one already, or have y'all had to have one put in afterwards? After you had your door up, have you had to have a peephole put in? I don't know how that would work, to have one cut in, or even can you have one cut in. But that is a blessing in having that doorbell. You can see when action is at your door and stuff. I know that's right. I'm like, no, I'm not. And then you go to somebody else's house talking about those are my groceries. People be ready to cut you. Yeah, mine's connected to the phone. But you know what I noticed about that doorbell since I've had it? It's real sensitive. Because even if the wind blow, that thing go and Oh, yours came with a peephole. That's what I was wondering. Could you get a peephole put in it after the fact? I don't know if you can or not. And I didn't think about it when they built this house, even asking, well, of course, hey, the ass world, how you doing? Of course, I don't know that I would have thought to ask anyway about a peephole. I guess I didn't think about it until I went to the door, you know. Yeah, I'm telling you, mine, no, I don't really have the ring, but I know some people that have the ring and there's not a monthly fee because she hooked hers up herself. But the ring has something that you can buy it outright without a fee and it'll work, and it has something with a fee too. Now, I'm no expert on this, but I do know that for a fact. But mine, I have the same thing. It's the same premises as a ring, but mine comes with my ADT security system. So, you pay, oh, $3 a month for the ring? Oh, that ain't bad at all. Huh. Yeah, I knew that it was something with a fee that you could pay, but I remember, and it's just so ironic. And I also remember Shaq talking about it too, and that's how he got hooked up with Ring, is because he was talking about. Now this man is a multi-millionaire. I think Shaq might be almost a millionaire, and he was talking about he wasn't paying no fee for no security at his house. And so he wanted to look for something he could do. Shaq is kind of funny to me. And so that's how he ended up hooking up with the ring guy. Whatever he did, that garnered him some more money. Anyway, he started doing advertising for the ring. And of course, he made money from that and all. But $3 is, that's a darn good deal for a monthly fee. But like I said, that doorbell comes with my security. And if I didn't have it, I would have gotten something like a ring anyway, if it didn't already come with the security system, you know. And I don't know if they ever get Xfinity right over here. I'm saying that. I don't know if they ever get Xfinity right if I bundle everything on my services, because that's the only thing I had to go with, which I'm happy with the internet with them, because my internet has really been working well since I got it. But I got the T-Mobile internet, and so of course I had to. My phone service was through AT&T. Now they make you have phone service with the, at least the guy. That's what the guy told me, I had to have phone service. But it just plugs right in, so that helped me to go ahead and get some reliable internet, because that internet, way they was trying to rig it up over here with Xfinity, until I don't know what the deal is. You would think this would be in a new community, and some of the neighborhood has Xfinity. They would be kind of ahead of the game and getting their stuff underground and doing while the neighborhood is being erected. But I don't know if that's economical sound for them to do that. Is your neighborhood selling down? Girl, I saw her one day out there. She just spoke. But I tell you what, I saw that little joker. I call him Black, and she got a black dog. That little joker was over in my yard. Now I might have to say something to her now, because that was my biggest thing about. I don't care about you having no dog, but you keep your dog over in your yard when they gotta go to the bathroom. So that little joker was coming across my yard like he done came over here and did his business, and then he going back home. Look, you let him do his business out there in your backyard. So she is the one that needs the fence right now. I don't need no fence right now because I don't have no dog. But if I had a dog right now, either I would be out there with my dog on a leash to make sure my dog went to potty in his yard, That was the problem when I lived in the house before. I hated when people did that. They just let their dog go to the bathroom in your yard. Look, if I want a dog, I get my own dog to go to the bathroom in my yard. I don't need your dog. I don't want to clean up behind your dog. And then you're not even over there watching your dog and cleaning up behind your dog. You don't come over here in my yard to clean up your dog's stuff now. That's just not no business. So I told her we might have to be not so neighborly, because I may have to have some words with her, about that. Because I said, I looked at him, I did that number, like I'm going to do something for the dog. I know I won't do nothing to the dog. But I was like, get out of my yard. Get your tail out of my yard. And he looked at me, and he ran across back over there to her. Get your butt out of my yard. I might have to do that his mom. Get your dog. But anyway, I was telling her, yeah, she really need a fence. oh, pepper flakes will keep them away from your yard. Now, I might have to go out there and sprinkle some pepper flakes for the dog, but I'm like, you're going to have to go on somewhere with that mess now. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm like, you would think people would have better sense that have pets. But it just don't seem like it just clicks with them. Now, the lady across the street, I got to give it to her. Now, of course, I don't live by her, so I don't know what she do when she let the dog out. But every time she bring that little dog out, she had that dog in her hand, baby. She don't put that dog down for nothing in the front. She take that dog on back the whole time she had him. She over there carrying him. So, you need to do the same thing with your sister next door, because this is just not going to work. Me and you and this little blackie over here. Well, you know, I don't know if that's the dog name. That's just what I call him, because like I say, the dog is all black. So, but yeah, but I'm like, Hey, Deborah, how you doing? I'm telling you. I tell you. And that's the only thing. But it's been pretty much, it's quiet over here. It's very quiet over here. And all the neighbors that I have talked to seem pretty, friendly. I just pretty much wave. Pepper didn't work for you. I just pretty much wave and we speak and pretty much real cordial. But once I get home, to be honest with y'all, if they don't catch me out there when I'm out there, they about ain't gonna see me to talk to me nowhere. Because the most and I did tell my daughter I probably was gonna put some chairs out on my front porch because I do have room for them. But I got some chairs out back, so even when I'm sitting outside, I'm sitting out back. Hey, MK Bites, where you been? Where you been? We need you to put up a video. Unless I done missed one. What's going on? and Diaz, where are you too? You too. You too. So, but yeah, so I tell y'all, it's really nice. I'm happy to kind of just be in this. It's quiet here. It's, the only thing I don't like about it is so dark over here at night. Hey Brenda, how you doing? Happy Saturday, MK Bice. Yeah, we're gonna need you to do a video around here now. But anyway, um, I'm telling you, I'm really, like, I think it ended up like sometimes you think that you've been working. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you still watching, but we gonna want you to come on at least do one for the holiday. Just one. I I tell you, back when I was gonna get the other house, and because I went through looking for a lot of houses, Thank you, MK. And I had pretty much was at closing. It wasn't so much that the house. I was disappointed that the house fell through. I was just you go through all of that and you get to the end, and like I said, I had my whole apartment packed up, and you ready. So I lived in boxes for a while. You're ready to move, and for whatever reason, God stopped that. He blocked it. He wouldn't let that go through, and so it didn't. And even though it's some things that they need to kind of straighten out here in the house, some of my flooring's not right, and they came to fix it, but it seemed like the guy that fixed the flooring did a worse job than he did before he did the flooring. And so it's little things like that. But I think ultimately God put me where I needed to be. Yeah, that's why I said I'm going to definitely get me a fence in the spring, and so I won't have that issue dealing with something, and that's what I was telling my brother. I can't even be scared to put pesticides and stuff like that out in my own yard because, with somebody else's dog crossing over and something happened to the darn dog, then I'd be like, ooh, I feel so bad. So, I don't know. I tell you, it's more than a notion. But I yeah, like I said, I think God has put me where ultimately He wanted me to be. It's a nice neighborhood back here, and it's quiet. And I was telling my girlfriend, who's also from this area, she was born and raised in this area, and I was telling her, it's funny how I had gotten so accustomed to where I was located, y'all. Even though I didn't go to the mall, where I was located was off of this street called. I was in Cordova. But it was off of this street called Germantown Parkway. And when I tell y'all, like, it was a farmer's, it was a fresh market. The Aldi was down the street. It was a couple of Kroger, Target, um, Walmart, Sam's, CVS, Walgreens, Costco. Like, the mall was down the street. Every restaurant from Carrabba's to high-end restaurants, Firebirds, Chili's, what's the one that have now, the Cheesecake Factory, Red Lobster, all type of seafood. Every fast food you can name was up and down Germantown Parkway. A couple of Chick-fil-A's, Perkins, the Waffle House, the Pancake House, the IHOP. I mean, it was just everything up and down the street. Within a few minutes from my house. Zaxby's, everywhere. You know, it was all up and down the street. Like Ross's, all that. And it's so ironic because this is such a small town and the community is so kind of close. You know, things you think you're losing when you move from that area. Because I looked for a house in the same area I was living in. And by me moving here, I was thinking, you know, but some of the same stuff that we frequented a lot over there is right out here in Olive Branch for this to be a small town. And if not, South Haven is right there. And then I'm still close enough, you know, I'm right across the state line from Memphis. So I can still get to like the Costco and the Sam's and things like that if I need to go. And so it ended up being that this was the perfect location for me where I still knew several things and kind of the surrounding area. And it's still like I said, we're still near enough. Like all the medical facilities, the hospitals were near me, but it's a hospital out here. The medical minor med is out here this way. So it ended up working out. The only thing I will have to drive for is Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. So, and I didn't go to those that often. And when I go to those, I try to go to them at the same time because they're in Germantown, which was not too far from where I live. And when I go to that area, I try to go to hit both of those because Whole Foods and then Trader Joe's is kind of around the corner. So I try to hit those kind of together when I go so I can hit all, cover all stones and I have my list together. Because, you know, they sell specialty items in those stores. So I go specific for things specifically to those areas. So like I said, it ended up being the perfect thing for me. And like I said, sometimes you think one thing is best and God will move you in another direction. And this ended up being where, you know, the home that I have is, I think, worked out for me. And I'm very thankful, just so thankful for it all. But anyway, I know I've been on here a while, y'all. Hey, Mel, baby, how you doing? How's everything going? How Keisha doing? Tell everybody I say hi, Alonzo, and everybody. How y'all doing? How little Alonzo doing? He growing up now. He getting growing on up. But anyway, how y'all be doing? Y'all, the MK Bites have a channel. Mel Baby has a channel. You know, walk in a fat woman's shoes. Nirvana has a channel. Nevaeh, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Nevaeh has a channel. I'm doing pretty good, Mel, baby. Wheels has a channel. Diaz World has a channel. So if y'all get a chance, check some of their channels out. They have a good channels. And y'all go and check them out. Hi, Lynn. How you doing? How's your Saturday going? But anyway, so y'all, it was so funny. I was watching TikTok. I know y'all say you from one thing to another. Hey, Yolanda, how you doing? Blessings to you too. So I was watching TikTok, and it was this black teacher, right? So her students had this sheet music, and they were telling her they were gonna sing Silent Night, and she said you need to go on with the sheet music. And I got so tickled because, you know, even though I know the original version of Silent Night and we sang that in school, but it was so funny because she was like, look, if you don't start off Silent Night with In My Mind, Merry Christmas. And I just thought that was funny. She said, now what? You started off with what? In my mind. In my mind. Y'all know that's the Temptation version. So I just thought that was cute. She said, no, this is the wrong version. You take this sheet music back. You got to sing it right. You got to sing it right. So That was just too funny. I get hooked on TikTok sometimes watching stuff and I just be laughing, laughing, laughing. And y'all, if you can find you something so just to laugh about this year, I tell you, find something that always will bring you joy and laughter. Because even when you're down, laughing just really just kind of just turns your soul into joy. I tell you, when you're down, it kind of just does something. They say laughter is good medicine. That's just the sure enough truth. It really is. Of course, I stay laughing about something, so I'm silly anyway too. So I guess that helps. Anyway, to have a silly side, I tell you. I'm doing good, Doris. How are you today? How are you? Happy Saturday to you. But anyway, like I said, I want to just come on here and chat with you. I'm gonna try to do some little impromptu. I might try to do a schedule one too, but I'm definitely gonna try to do some impromptu lives this December and try to do a little bit better because I had gotten away from doing lives and but I'm gonna try to. We got some great moderators on the channel now. I did pick some people to be moderators because we just had some clowns sometimes in the comments. So I had gotten away from doing the lives, but we're kind of gonna get back and try to do some lives here and then. I am gonna try to put up a few more videos this month, and try to at least do that. I'm not doing vlogmas. I ain't on any line. I'm not. Uh, wish I could commit to vlogmas, but I would just be lying if I told you I was. Now, if it happens that it end up being almost every day, then great, but I don't want to set your expectations to me doing it every day, and I start out with the good intentions, and then I don't be able to kind of do it, but I'll do as many as I can. It will be more than normal, this month. And y'all, we had a blessing of Sean Chase. I want to thank Sean Chase again. Well, I didn't thank them the first time, but Sean Chase, thank you. And Gabrielle Neely, thank you. I told you this month I'm doing some giveaways this month on the channel. They will be $25 giveaways to the channel. Now, Gabrielle Neely sponsored one, and Sean Chase blessed the channel uh, with a cash app yesterday and just said blessings on it. So I'm assuming that's to bless someone else. And so what I'm going to do tomorrow, it's going to be something simple. I don't require you be a subscriber on my channel or anything to enter into any of the giveaways. It's not necessary to me. But I'm going to try to at least get two more out. But the two tomorrow will be one for $25 and one for $10. So you have to have Cash App now or PayPal, one of the two. If you don't have Cash App, you have to have PayPal. Because I just want to be able to go ahead and send you what you win and be on. So it'll be $35 giveaway. Like I said, one winner will get $25 tomorrow. And not tomorrow, but that will be the giveaway I'm going to announce tomorrow. And hopefully by Monday or Tuesday, I will announce the winner and send you your Cash App. So be on the lookout for the video tomorrow so that you can enter into the giveaway. It will be either a Sunday dinner or Sunday breakfast or some type of Sunday something tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow so you can enter in. And like I said, it will be two more at least. If somebody blesses some channel with some more money, I will do some more. But I'm doing two, and the one tomorrow will be sponsored by some of our family members that bless the channel with some money. So we're going to go for that, and it may not do much, but it may add to your Christmas dinner budget or maybe a lunch budget or something you may want to do for somebody else. But anyway, I chose this year to bless some younger people, some children. And I'm thinking about, like, we have a gospel radio station here, and see if I can get one of the elderly people off the list this year. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in time because I hadn't been listening to the radio to know where to sign up at, but I may do that or donate like some socks. And that'll be a good idea, like, if you can donate like socks and stuff like that to the nursing home. So I think I may do that, just pick up several pair of socks, men and women, and donate them to the nursing home for them to give to the elderly, and maybe some, I don't know if peppermints or something like that would be appropriate for them or not, but y'all do something small for someone else if you can this year. It doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be expensive. at all. But if you can, try to bless somebody else and share what you have. And I promise you, God will give it back to you tenfold, 20-fold. He will. I'm just a believer of that. But I'm not going to hold y'all tonight. Like I said, I just came on and I'm trying to do some more. I hope to see y'all tomorrow for Sunday's dinner. And join me or whatever I do Sunday. I hope y'all stop by to see me and spend a little time and don't forget to enter. But I want y'all to know something. You know what? I love you, love you, love you. But God truly loves you the most. Remember to always be kind to yourself and others. Be joyful and be blessed. And I thank the moderators. I thank y'all so much and I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Have a good night.